Hey guys, welcome to the show. We're here. We're scheduled. We'll see how this works. We'll see if anybody's actually here or watching because I don't see anybody. So let's go to the comments so we can see everybody's there. Hey, people are here already. So, okay, we got 4 people watching. We're booming right ahead. Everybody, for those of you who haven't seen Leslie in person, this is Leslie. Leslie, thanks for coming on.
Good to be here. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Of course, so exciting.
Obviously, Leslie is the our special guest on every Thursday show. She is the segment Fear of the Week, and she's an accomplished author. All of her books are available on Amazon as well, as you can win a free book or 2 tonight. All you have to do is comment where you're from, and as long as you're in the U.S., she will ship you a book out free of charge. After the show, she's going to look at everybody who commented and do a random drawing, and that's how you get to win. So
how nice.
Comment where you're from if you want to try to win a book.
Yay. Yes. Do it.
Do it.
Love it.
Do it.
And if you obviously, if you guys have questions for either us or Leslie, I know Leslie's going to kind of do a live Fear of the Week where she's going to talk about a subject that I will not spoil. I'll let her tell you about the subject in a minute. And tonight, we're going to have a little bitty story. It's a short one, but it's a funny one, and it's actually from the state of Kentucky. So we'll do something a little bit different tonight. This should be fun.
Kentucky's becoming kind of a part of Florida now where everything is a little crazy.
Oh, true that.
No?
Yeah, no, it's always crazy. Hey, Kayla. No, it's always crazy here.
That's funny.
So Brett Steppanoff said Fort Worth, Texas. So if he wins, you can just drive it over to his house.
Oh, well, he's probably not that far. Yes.
Well, why don't you give out your address, Leslie? We'll see.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, hi, everybody. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. We love to see you guys. What are you doing? There you go.
Now, I don't see any comments, so just so you know.
You don't see any?
Mm-mm.
That's odd. Okay.
Hi, Raymond.
Because we'll start throwing them on.
Can you see from there?
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
I can see that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's odd because you should be seeing everything on this end. I don't know. Maybe it's because you're on a phone.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
That could be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as of right now, I guess we'll just go ahead and kick it off. Leslie, you're getting ready to have a new book come out soon.
Yes.
Tell everybody a little bit about that book and when it should be out and what it involves.
Well, Peripheral is my newest paranormal romance thriller, and it's supposed to be released this August. And it's through Haunted Road Media, and that is Vanessa Hogel's affiliated company, and they have released her books. And they picked me up for this particular book. And it's about Asclepius. And he is a demigod in Greek mythology. Did you know that?
No way.
I know. Anyway, it's fun. And it's one of those things where I can continue the series or I may just stop it at one book. We'll see what happens. But right now, what was that?
It was Jerry's phone that he didn't turn down. Bam! Because he always gets on me for not turning my phone down.
Yeah.
In your face.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll give him a puffer fish.
Let's do that.
Just for the record, that episode hasn't come out yet, so nobody gets that.
Sorry.
No, actually,
we're gonna go.
I think that one comes out.
I thought that was the
I
first
think that's
one.
the one that came out Thursday, so you're right, it did come out.
Oh yeah, you're right. It did. So hopefully they're all like, oh yeah, that was hilarious because I am hilarious.
There you go.
Yeah, no, we'll see. So, oh, hello, Nicole. Is that Nicole?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Jennifer. Okay, I see that. I just don't see all the other comments.
I don't know why it's not. I think it's got to do with the phone thing because I know on a computer everybody else is seeing them, so this is the first time. So that's
right.
We'll try to get as many of them up here. There's a bunch of different dates, not dates, but locations and stuff popping up. So
yeah, there's Raymond.
Kayla, where'd Kayla go? Somebody said that you are their spirit animal. And I'm just trying to figure out where that came from, where it went.
Who is their spirit animal?
You are.
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know I was a spirit animal, but hey.
I think that's like a compliment because at first, when I heard about that, I was like, what's that even mean?
I know.
But it's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm taking it very positively.
All right, so
good.
let's do this. Let's go ahead and I want to tell this little story before we get there. It is. It was Kayla said.
Oh, Kayla, that's right.
Oh, she's sweet.
She is,
Thank you,
sweetheart.
Kayla. That was very sweet.
So let me tell you this little story about Bigfoot because this is funny. So this goes back to October 11th, 1980. And it's in Fleming County, Kentucky. A gentleman by the name of J.L. Toomey, he's sitting in his home. He's about 8 o'clock. He's watching a baseball game. He hears something out rustling around on his porch. He assumes, obviously, that it's a burglar. He grabs his gun. He goes out on his porch. What he sees is his freezer that he keeps on his porch. Yes, this is Kentucky. His freezer
I
that
was
he
just gonna say.
his freezer that he keeps on his porch is open, and it's missing some hot dogs, some frozen chicken, and bread. He looks out. He sees this tall, enormous creature running towards the wood. He unloads his gun, and then he runs back in the house to reload. Comes back, and then by this time, all he can see is this figure just kind of running into the woods. His wife calls the sheriff. So Sheriff White comes out to the house and he brings his deputies and stuff. They scour the whole neighborhood area. It's kind of not really a neighborhood. It's like in the middle of nowhere, but they scour the woods and everything up till 3 o'clock in the morning. The next day, this gentleman, Toomey, goes out to his porch. He sees 4 or 5 long hairs. Some are white, some are blonde, some are brown. He turns them over to the lab. He also goes out and he sees that there are some footprints that are 10 to 12 inches long and 6 inches wide that look like either a very big barefooted person or something, but it wasn't shoes. It was literally footprints. They turn all this information over and it gets looked at by some Bigfoot people and what have you. They determine that the hair they think is from a Caucasian. So it's a man. They think that it's a former mental patient that has long blonde hair and a beard that came up there and took the stuff. But when they go and research it, they found some of the meat or some of the packages, but there was no blood from it, which told them that whatever it was ate all this meat and ate it while it was frozen, because if it had thawed out, there would have been some kind of blood samples.
That is bad for your teeth. Just saying.
So that's a little quick story on a Bigfoot who loves hot dogs in Fleming County, Kentucky.
To me.
Well, it was tall. He saw it running into the woods and shot at it.
At least he was eating kind of decent food.
Eyewitnesses are. Eyewitnesses don't know crap.
Well, I know that raccoons don't typically have 10 to 12 inch paws.
Well, I wouldn't.
You don't know. Like you said, this is Kentucky.
It could be a cryptid.
Yeah. It could be.
So why are you so hooked that it could be a cryptid, but it can't be Bigfoot?
I don't know.
Because that's what she feels.
I don't know. Oh my God.
Let's see. Mike Simpson says, love your episodes, Leslie.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Yay.
Yes. And let's see what else we got. Ew, Bigfoot be hungry.
There you go.
Karina.
Well, at least he ate like hot dogs. I can handle that.
That's true.
Yeah, something not too disgusting.
Well, he knew what to eat.
Yeah.
He took the good stuff.
All right, Leslie, do you want to go ahead and start with your Fear of the Week?
Sure.
Topic?
Okay. So today, we're going to talk about celebs. We're going to talk about celebrity phobias. Because I thought that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd like to know some of that.
Because you know what? I have some of the same ones.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Did y'all know that Jennifer Aniston does not like to be submerged under the water?
No.
She hates
Wait a
it.
minute. No, that was another. I was trying to think of the movie, but no.
I'm trying to think of who does like to be submerged under the water.
But yeah, but we know. No, we know what you're saying. Like,
Jerry.
no, like totally, I get it. I ain't trying to go underwater and get my hair wet. Is that why?
No, it messes up. No, that's it. No, and she's done some filming to where it's been an issue, like in her one. I think it was Cake, or whatever it was. What was it that she was in? That she played somebody that was kind of under. And all that. I think it was Cake. I think it was called Cake.
See, that's why I was trying to think of a movie that she had to do that in. So
yeah, well, what happened was, and I did some research because she what happened was she was 5 years old, and she was on a little tricycle, and her parents had a pool. Do you know her dad is on Days of Our Lives?
Mm-hmm.
He's been on there for years and years and years. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Aniston. I don't know his first name. John, I think Aniston. Anyway, so she was 5 years old, and she's on her tricycle, and she's by the pool, and she goes into the pool on her tricycle, and she says, I went into the pool, and I held onto the handles, and I never let go.
Oh,
and
God.
I have a story to tell you after this.
Somebody needs to let go of the ET watching.
Yeah. What? Anyway, so she goes, and I never let go. Well, her brother, who's like 9, 10 years older than her, actually around 10 years older, he jumped in, got her out, pulled her out, and obviously she's fine. But she said, after that, I've had a fear of going like totally under. I'm okay. I'm not great in the water, but I'm okay in the water. It's going all the way under, putting my head under the water. So that's her big issue. But I had a story. When I was younger and I was in college, I dated this guy who had a brother who had a 3.5, 4-year-old daughter. And I was at their house one day. We were all inside. We had the back door open. And the little girl, I can't remember her name to kill me. I don't even know her name. Can't remember. But she was playing around. And I looked up and she wasn't anywhere to be found. And I didn't think about it. This all happened within seconds, just so you know. I didn't think about it, so I was kind of like going back to what was going on inside, and I looked back out there, and I still didn't see her, and I stepped forward, and I saw her just standing in the, like, shallow end, and she was just standing there, not fighting, and, like, just bubbles, and her hair was, dangling, and bubbles were coming up. She wasn't fighting it. Same thing, I think, happened to Jennifer Aniston, and I looked this up. Kids don't fight it, which is crazy. They don't fight going underwater. They just allow it to happen.
They're probably used to it from being in the womb.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
they just don't know the consequences. Maybe like, okay, here I am in water.
And I, it's not like I was some big hero. I did go and get her, but I'm not one for attention. So I was just like, I went and got her. She came out. And she hardly even choked or anything. And then she came out and she was okay. And then we just kind of went on our day and okay, have a nice day, because I was young and stupid. I didn't know to tell anybody, you need to watch her.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh. So how scary is that though? Woo.
Yeah. But it totally spoke to me with Jennifer, because she said, I just held onto the handles and I didn't let go. And she goes, and I can't explain that. And that was kind of I thought that was interesting, because I understand what she was talking about. Yes. Craziness. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I would have been freaking out for sure.
Is anybody saying anything about that one?
Karina, well, she said, I almost drowned when I was 6, so I get it, but it pushed me to learn how to swim.
Good for her. Yes. Take swimming lessons. I did when I was little. Like I made my kids do it too. My daughter threw up all over the bathroom after that, but whatever.
I'm trying to put most of them up here, so if you glance at your screen, you should see most of them.
Yeah, my granddaughter
does that.
Oh, it does that. Oh, yeah. It's so small on my screen. It's just so sad. I mean, and I actually have really good eyes, but I can't even see that small.
You chose to use your phone. That's on you.
Sorry. Sorry.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. We will do that.
She said it scared the crap out of her. Yeah, her granddaughter does that. Scare the crap out of me. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's so strange how kids will just let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what Jennifer was saying. It was just like,
Yeah.
I held on, just kept holding on, didn't,
Yeah.
you know. So, okay, we'll go to the next one.
Yeah, that was pretty terrible.
I know. Okay, so Cher has a fear of flying. And the reason she has a fear of flying, you know, in an airplane, just so you know, because you know, we're not a superhero we're talking about here.
Right.
So I guess one of the engines overheated in a U.S. airplane that she was on years ago and they had to return back to New Jersey, and that made her have this kind of distrust toward flying. And I don't have a fear of flying, but ever since we flew to England when I was pregnant with my son, about 10 weeks pregnant. And I tell you what, on the descent, that was not good.
I can imagine.
My husband was holding the barf bag. It was not fun.
Oh,
I don't know
what.
I don't know what happened. It was like I got motion sickness. So now every time a plane lands, I have that fear, and it just like overcomes me. I'm not even kidding.
Right.
I don't have a fear of taking off. I can get on roller coasters, but you start stopping and getting slow and going like this and not going forward. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Barf. And I get it. So Cher has a fear of flying. Anybody else have a fear of flying? Do you guys have fear of flying?
I used to, but until I actually flew one time, and then I'll get on a plane, but I'm not comfortable most of the time.
Really? Why?
I don't like turbulence. I don't like anything that takes my stomach. I don't ride any kind of like amusement park rides, such as roller coasters, because I don't like anything to take my stomach. So if anything, you know, if I won't get on chair lifts or anything just for that reason.
Really? Really? It's funny because I can ride a roller coaster all day. You take me to Six Flags, Brett knows, I can go on Texas Giant all day long. Mm-hmm. But you stop and start wobbling and the AC goes down because they're stopping the engines. Oh, Lord have mercy. No. Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah.
So there. Just thought I'd share that with you. So,
let me address a couple of things real quick.
Sure.
This one here says, loved everything you all do. Thanks, Jerry, Tracy, and Leslie. Is Dakota feeling better? She is feeling better, but she's actually on quarantine in Louisville, so she's going to be calling in for the episode this week.
Yeah.
So she'll have to do her part by phone.
Yeah. I didn't know, you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
not us.
It may not be anybody, but her dad worked with somebody that tested positive, so they kind of put them sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other thing I want to touch on, it's you see how that says Facebook user, and some I've already said I don't know why it's saying Facebook user. With this program we're using, if you tune in from a group and watch it, that's what it shows. If you tune in from our fan page, which is the one we've been trying to put out there more than not, it shows everybody who they are. It's a glitch with the system. It's Facebook's problem, but they won't work it out. So if you clicked on the group link and watched it from there, you're only going to show up as Facebook user. So you'll have to tell us who you are.
But thank you for asking about Dakota.
That's very sweet. Hopefully she's fine. I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah. She's doing fine. She'd rather be here, but she's, you know how it goes.
So first of all, before I keep going, I want to hear about your phobia, Jerry, and your phobia, Tracy. I know both of you have at least one. Now, come on.
I'm scared of falling. Like I said, anything that takes my stomach. Therefore, I would never jump out of a plane with parachute or no parachute. I just can't. If I go over a hill, a steep hill in a car too fast, I start putting the brake on because I don't like that. If elevators drop too quick, I don't like that. So that's kind of it. Now, if I can get up to the Empire State Building. Yeah. And if I've got glass in front of me, I can look out. I've got no problems with heights. But if there's no glass there, then I get a tad bit anxious.
If there's no glass, you mean like if you're on the deck, like
if I was on
a railing or something.
Like if I was, even if there was a wall there to where it would keep me from falling, I still would have an issue with that. So it makes me feel extremely. I get anxiety in that situation. Not bad where I would have a panic attack or nothing, but my blood starts pumping a little bit harder than it was.
Right. So Tracy, how about you?
My biggest phobia is mice.
Without a doubt. I was
babysitting for a neighbor. I mean, many, many years ago when I was like 10 or 11. They were out of town and we lived in the country. And I was laying on the couch and I put my hand down on the floor and 3 freaking mice ran over my hand. I mean, I am so serious. I have had a phobia ever since those. I can't stand them. If I see one, I will cry. It's horrible. And I don't know why. Yes, man, I can't. I cannot do it.
Because you've never been bitten by one. It's just the feeling of your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't bite me. It's just the fact that, and I know they're little bitty and they ain't bigger than a minute, but I can't do it. Like if he saw one in our old house when we lived in Louisville, and he didn't say anything. But then I kept seeing him kind of go, looking out of the corner. I was like, why are you looking out of the corner of your eye? And I think I was in a bathroom or something. I don't know. And he's like, well, I didn't want to tell you that I saw a mouse. And I tell you, I ran so fast, I jumped on the couch over to the bed, bawled my eyes out like I was about ready to be murdered or something. It was ridiculous.
It's funny because I didn't tell her where I saw it. It was in the bed.
Oh, great.
Oh my God. Well, Randy, we have a little place up in the country, and Randy came home and he brought some stuff from the barn home in his truck, and he's got like a little bed cover. So he opens it up. Oh, I know what he brought home. It was the shop vac. And he opens the shop vac and this little mice runs out of it. And I'm like, oh my God. And he goes, son of a. And then he gets up in there and he starts like doing this too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, baby, don't hurt it. He's like, I don't want to hurt it. I really don't. But I've got to stop it because it's just going crazy. Anyway, he did stop it. He actually didn't kill it. He just picked it up by its tail. It kind of played dead, and he took it down to our canal. And
right, and
I
don't want to hurt them either. I mean, they're just
Yeah.
little cute things, but I just don't know why. That just traumatized me, and I just can't get over it.
So, is that your only fear?
I have a fear of heights, basically like he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done the thing at Kings Island where we went to the top and look, and it feels like the whole thing is just swaying. And I can't. Yeah, that'd probably be my second thing. I don't, I can't think of anything else really.
So, okay, well, go ahead.
Greg says, kind of an annoying voice you got there, Tracy. Well, I actually love her voice, and if you don't like it, don't listen. Fair enough.
Oh, Tracy, you have a beautiful voice. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to tell you guys, I have a phobia against June bugs. Not even kidding. My brothers would catch them and throw them in my hair. That was fun. So as a child, I have got these flying beetles and they get caught in your hair and they stick to, Tracy, if you mess up your hair, come on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at that point where I can't do that.
I think they're adorable.
Oh, well, see, lightning bugs are okay for me. Or, fireflies, or whatever you call them. But June bugs, they're flying beetles, and they're big, and they're terrible, and they're dumb.
Yeah.
And
they smell, too. They have like a smell to them.
Oh, I don't get close enough to know that. Oh, my God. So when they come out, and they're out now, I'm around 8:45, 9ish when it starts really getting dark. I'm like, okay, I see one. I'm out. We all know. We go inside, shut the lights out. We're gone. Seriously, they all know. That's the routine because I cannot stand June bugs. Can't stand them. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I do know what it is, but I can't fix it. So.
Whatever. Yeah.
Tammy Wilson says, I'm terrified to fly. That and D-Nakes. Is that a rapper or?
Yeah, what is that?
I'm pretty sure that's for these snakes.
I don't like snakes either, really. I feel like I can run faster than the snake, maybe, than I can a mouse. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, I don't think he can.
I'm telling you what, my son at that property out in Bowie, Texas, Brett probably knows where I'm talking about. It's just north of here, right south of the Red River. So we're right one county south of Oklahoma. And he was out one night with my brother. He was in from Alabama. Roll Tide.
You go, girl. Get it in.
Look at him. Look at his face. Anyway, so he's running, and it's at night, and he's got this like little 22. We know how to handle guns, so please know we are very careful with our guns. But he was chasing the snake because we have snakes all around Texas. We have rat snakes and whatever, cotton snake or whatever they're called. I don't know, copperheads, whatever. So he was running around. We have a pond. He was running around trying to get the snake because he loves to chase them and get them and hold them up and think, oh, cool, look at this. And he's probably 18 at this point, and it's going and it's trying to get away from him, and he actually picks it up and holds it up, and it's a rattlesnake.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And he's holding the snake and his hands are shaking. And he's like, and of course, by then he'd already shot it a couple times, thank God. So it was already kind of on its way out, but it scared the heck out of us. So I was like, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
Running after a snake. Anyway, so that was my story. So you want to hear about more phobias?
Yeah.
Jordan says, by the way, your Villisca episode was amazing. Don't live far from there. Jordan from Altoona.
Oh.
See.
Ooh, yes.
Jordan switched over and signed up on the, started watching from the other page because I can see his name now.
Hey, thank you, Jordan.
Ooh, Villisca. Is that the axe murder?
Yes.
Axe murder house?
Yes.
That place is creepy.
Diane got to go spend the night there. That's something I want to do. I want to go spend the night.
Do you think that the murderer spent the night in the attic?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think the murderer is still there haunting it?
No. I think the murderer was that preacher that they caught going out of town.
Oh, do you really?
100%. I'm not. I don't. It's not even close.
Oh wow.
Really? Okay.
He told people.
Wow.
He told people on the train that the murder took place, and he told it before anybody had even released any of the information. So how else would he know that? And plus, he had been following around the kids, and he had been making comments about them at the Sunday school or something because he was like a preacher. There's no doubt that's who did it.
Really? I'll have to go back and listen to that because wow, that's cool.
Tammy says she loves Vanessa, and she's got.
Oh yay!
All right.
That's
all yours.
Vanessa.
I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. So, believe it or not, Johnny Depp has a fear of clowns. Okay, the dude dressed up like Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, and he has a fear of clowns. I don't even understand that.
I wonder if that helped him get over it.
No, well, he said, this is quote, I'm quoting what he says. He says, there's just something about the painted faces, layers of makeup, and creepy artificial smile that gets me and scares me.
That's every movie he's ever been in.
That's every movie he's ever done.
Oh my gosh.
So
that is so crazy.
Out for him.
Yeah.
I guess
Excuse me, Edward Scissorhands.
No, I know. Oh, I gotta keep it clean, don't I? Okay. So we're gonna keep going. So Marilyn Monroe, Barbara Streisand, fear of public performing speaking, which is kind of funny if you think about it.
Yeah, somebody who stands up and sings.
Well,
I think singing's different, maybe.
Well, yeah, I think you're up there on the stage, no matter what you're doing. You know, you're still doing that same thing. But like with Marilyn, she said she was paralyzed. Her throat would just like all of a sudden just tighten up, and she would just like not be able to speak. And then Barbara Streisand said after 27 years of her career, she refused to perform unless it was in a small group or like in smaller venues, like for a charity event. She just couldn't stand it. She couldn't handle it. Mm-hmm. And that was after she had done it. So it's almost like she got the phobia later, which I think is interesting because I never thought about that. Getting a phobia after the fact.
Yeah.
But that's funny. But now that I say that, because I don't know if you guys remember this. Do you remember Eastern Air?
Yes.
Okay. Back in the mid-80s, don't want to say how old I am, because, back in the mid-80s, I was hired by Eastern Air to be a flight attendant. And I loved to fly. I flew all the time. I flew, to my parents' house to see my sister and all these things. They both lived in Florida. I lived in Texas. I flew there all the time. And now I don't love it. So it's funny how, after 27 years that she, sang, she doesn't do it anymore. She doesn't love doing these big, venues anymore. She'll do the smaller ones or maybe the small televised ones. And with Marilyn Monroe, remember when she sang "Happy Birthday to you" to Mr. President? Remember that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that was drugs and alcohol. So,
You can do a lot of things you're scared of when you're drunk.
yeah.
So
Have you guys ever seen that dress that she performed in? It's
Yeah.
like in some music. She was tiny.
she was.
I mean, people were like, "Oh, she's so voluptuous." No, she was tiny.
She
Mhm.
might have been
I mean-
tiny at that time, but if you look at her measurements, she was not. She's more of a fuller figure if you look at her.
Well, no, she was. I mean, in that day and age. But yeah, she was tiny. That dress was tiny, and it was see-through. Just so you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it don't matter because he had already seen it all anyway.
Yes, he had.
Hey,
Real
boy.
Corinne says, so Villisca got axe murder. Did you think it's the guy that did the murders in the South? I don't know if you went back this far, Corinna, but we did an axe murder post show, and it basically put all of the southern ones, New Orleans and I think Mississippi and a couple other ones, plus the Villisca, and we tied them all together, and even went from as far as to say we think the same person may have done all of those and had been doing it
Wow.
for years, and then actually got on a boat in New Orleans and went back to Germany where he did that the big murder over there that was done by an axe. So I think it's possible that all of them were tied together. And if you haven't listened to that episode, go back and find it because I think you'll like the spin we put on it.
Wow. Somebody find out what episode that is. Anybody listening, find out what episode that is so we can tell everybody to go back and listen to that because that sounds very interesting. That I want to go back and listen to that one.
Yeah, I'll find it sometime before we get off and see that was
Yeah, that is amazing. That's amazing. And anybody, if you guys, if anybody wants to tell me if you want one of my books to read, if you're a reader or you have somebody that you want to give one of my books to or whatever, tell me you want it. Tell me where you're from. Please be in the United States right now because it's so hard to send anything right now to anywhere else. Sorry, anybody else, anywhere else, we'll figure that out later. But right now, let us know. And I'll randomly pick two people.
There's been a bunch of them already to come up. You'll be able to see all these when you go back to the Facebook.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Hey, Christopher. We want to say hi to Christopher from Germany.
Germany.
Hi, Christopher, Germany. What time is it in Germany? It's like 8 hours later. So he's like, ooh,
Yeah.
what time is it?
16 o'clock over there.
16 o'clock.
I don't even know. Let's see.
I don't
What
even
is
know what
that?
that means. Hey, boy.
Uh,
Good to see you, sweetheart.
Should be like 4.
3 or 4 in the morning for him? That's some dedication right there, Jerry.
Kayla says, I hate anything with a mask on. If I can't see your face, I'll freak out. Boy, you got a lot to adapt to in the next couple of months.
I
Oh my
know.
God.
I understand where she's coming from, for real.
Diane says she's got a fear of Johnny Depp. And for those of you who aren't from the area, Johnny Depp is actually originally from Owensboro, Kentucky, about 3 hours from us.
Yeah.
Really? I had no idea. I know George Clooney's from Kentucky.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Anybody else? I'm trying to see.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, Boyd's so sweet.
Yes,
Oh,
He's a sweetheart for sure.
yes, he is.
Libby Rogers Meek said she'd love a book. Where are you from, Libby?
Yeah, let us know where you're from. So, okay, we're going to keep going. Robert Pattinson has a fear of horses. When he did the Water for Elephants movie,
Mm-hmm.
that was very hard for him. Now, I could not find why he had a fear of horses. I looked and nobody ever talked about it. He just said he's experienced difficulty with them. Not sure what that means. So, okay. I've never heard this phobia. Nicole Kidman, fear of butterflies.
What is wrong with her?
I don't know. And I love her. Don't
No,
get me
I
wrong.
do
She's
too.
amazing. No, I love her. I looked it up and she said when she was young, now she's from Australia, when she was young, she would come home and they lived in the country and she would have to open the gate to come home from school. And I guess there was a few butterflies. It was butterfly season at the time. And she would try to go past them and they would land on her. She didn't like how they felt and it made her crazy. And now she has a fear of them.
Aw.
And yet
I
she
know.
was married to Tom Cruise, who's no bigger than a butterfly.
Oh boy.
She moved on up with Keith, though. Woo.
He thought of a good joke there. That was actually really good.
He does. He
actually
does that on
really good,
occasion.
Jerry. That was really good.
Well, I am an experienced professional, Leslie. Don't you try this at home.
Oh, hey, Jerry, we need to do an episode on Scientology.
We absolutely will not be doing an episode on
Oh,
Scientology.
okay. We won't do that. Next. Okay. So,
That goes right in with my vow to no longer do Masonic stories.
well,
Masonics.
to me, that's a cult. So, I figured, Okay. So let me.
So Christy says one of Leslie's books is on my next to purchase list. Then hide it under the bed with all the others. I swear I will get ready, or I will read someday. I love the Fear of the Week.
Oh, thank you, Christy. That's very sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I love doing Fear of the Week. It's fun. And Jerry and Tracy make it so much fun. We always talk before we come on, and it's just so much fun with those guys. It's
Yeah,
fun.
we do love it.
It is. I know it's fun.
We got
I
the
hear-
best listeners, I swear.
We do have the best listeners.
They're awesome.
We do. And we're all thinking about you. All of us still, some of us are still in isolation. Some of us are opening up. I know our state is opening up. I don't know about Kentucky. I'm in Texas. You're in Kentucky. I got my nails done.
Girl,
Woo!
look at mine. Can you see? Wait, where's my hand?
You got to go like this.
Maybe you should put it in front of the camera.
Okay, I chopped them all down. Okay.
Mine are so short because I type so much because I write, but mine are really short because yeah.
I had Kristen do mine because I have SNS and it hurts so bad and they are so hideous, but I can at least type now. So,
you have
Anyways.
SNS.
Yeah, where you dip your nails into the.
The dip. Yeah.
Mhm.
I do the same. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jerry.
That's okay. I have no idea what episode this actually is, but it's the Axeman episode is from September 16th of 2017. So you got to go back a little bit.
Dang, you got to go back a little bit.
And it's
Did you
right after the Sally House episode that we did.
So you don't have it numbered.
If I was looking on the computer, I would see the number, but I don't see it on here. So
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, hey, you did your homework. Good for you. Look at him. Always working for you guys.
Yeah.
Telling you what.
And Kayla
All right.
said she would love a book. She lives in California.
Oh, yes. Hey, Kayla. How are you? Good. You know what? I've got a few California readers. I got a few fans in California and Kentucky, by the way.
Good. Hey, man.
That episode is right around episode 59. So that should put you close.
Oh, okay. That helps. I remember, you know what? That was one of the first episodes I'd ever heard of you guys. Because I went back and listened to a lot of the bigger episodes that I knew about. And that was one of the first ones I'd heard and I loved it. So I'll have to go back and listen to it again. Because I want to, did you talk about the person, that guy, the Reverend or whatever you said?
Well, in that episode, we mentioned Velisca, but we didn't do a whole episode. It was part of about 8 different scenarios.
Okay,
So-
maybe we need to revisit that.
Well, we did a full episode on Velisca after that, about a year or so later. But
You two need to revisit it,
Mhm.
Mike Simpson says, Fear of the Week is the highlight of my week. That's
Aw.
going to get you a book, Mike. She's just going out of random.
Yeah.
That's very sweet.
Thank you, Mike.
You're
That's
a
very
sweetheart.
sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. All right, so guess who has a fear of thunder
Oh, sorry.
and lightning?
Ninja.
Oh, well, that's dogs. Yeah. How about you? Any guesses?
Mhm.
Any celebrity guesses?
No.
Madonna.
Huh.
Yes,
Really?
she has a big fear. She says the big booming sounds make her uncomfortable. Guess what? We're all uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to worry about any big rooms or legs smacking together because they're never.
What did you say?
Field. Girl, every day.
Oh my God. Okay, so fear of revolving doors. You got any guesses on that one? He's from Texas.
And I feel like I know this.
George Strait.
well,
Is that who it is?
no.
Oh, I don't know, but I feel like I read that somewhere.
George Bush.
How about all right, all right, all right?
Oh! Well, how in the world? Well, I can see that, you know.
Yeah, he says it gets him anxious just being near them, and he's scared of getting trapped.
I'm scared of getting squished.
You know, I'm scared of people like just keep going and going, and I'm just like, okay, I keep just going around. I mean, can you imagine him watching Elf and watching Elf going back around around all the time? It's like, okay, man, he can't even do it. I mean, that's like one of my favorite Christmas movies. I love Elf.
Oh, I do too.
My daughter can like sing I'm here with my dad. I mean, she does it all. Oh, it's hilarious. Oh my God. We are constantly, do you guys ever constantly, or I do, or we do, you know, quote movies? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more like usually it's TV series, like it's usually Seinfeld or The Office.
Oh, God,
I can quote like stuff from like Aliens, the second one.
Yeah.
17 days.
Uh-huh.
He said 17 days. We're not going to last 17 hours with these things running around. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I've got a bunch of them, but we won't keep going. Okay, so fear of paper.
Fear of paper.
Fear of paper. Guess
Lord.
who that is?
I don't know.
Bill Gates.
Megan Fox.
Ah,
She is a little weird though. But she's gorgeous.
He loves him some Megan Fox, let me tell you.
I worship at the Church of Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is she your pass to if you were in front of her and she'd be your celebrity pass?
No, I would actually. There's a couple I would pick ahead of that, but
And if you say, what's her face?
who?
Well, the little ugly redheaded one.
Oh, Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
I would say that, but she wouldn't be my pass. What's the chick? Drew a blank. Mila Kunis. That would be my top.
Oh, Ashton Kutcher's wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Really?
only because I didn't get there first. So.
Oh my God! Listen to him, Tracy. You need to slap him or do something. But
let him have his little dream. You know.
Well, she has. She says, I have to keep licking my fingers. I don't like it because it's too dry. So she has to get everything laminated before she can read a script or read anything that is anything involving her on TV or film. She has to have it laminated. It's like saying, I have to have the car at 72 degrees and I need some only red M&Ms. And, I mean, really? Come on. Seriously?
I have a friend that's like that with cotton. Like cotton balls.
I can kind of see cotton. That's craziness. That's a little, but it's me with two styrofoam things rubbing together.
Yeah.
No, I can't do it. That is cardboard.
It's like that when you scrape a plate with a fork.
I will come over the table at you.
Oh, really?
I cannot stand it. Oh, it hurts my teeth. It hurts, like kills my teeth. Oh, I mean, just thinking about it right now, it's just like,
Really?
Oh God, yes, it's awful.
You was talking about cotton. I found out one time I was allergic to cotton, and they gave me some pills, but I can't get to them.
Oh my God, Jerry.
Seriously.
Oh wait, I'm not done.
Oh no, you are.
But wait, there's more.
So you was talking about the pass, like your celebrity pass.
Yeah.
We worked one of those out one time, and we picked two people, and Tracy picked Johnny Depp and George Clooney, and then she got mad because I picked the next door neighbor and a babysitter. I mean, it's not my fault. I'm more realistic than she is.
Oh my God, Tracy.
Pew, pew, pew.
How convenient. I like it. I think it's actually really funny.
Brenda says her hubby does Sling Blade quotes. Same here. I love Sling Blade. It's like one of my all-time favorite movies.
Oh my gosh. I can just, and I'll be like, check it out, Wendy. And my husband, very beginning when we were, dating, he was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's The Shining. check it out, Wendy. I mean, seriously, we will go on. I will go on and on because there's something wrong with me. And and now I got him doing it. Now I got him doing it. And you know what? It's fun. It's fun to be married to him because that's all we do anymore. Well, that and, cook and take care of kids and in quarantine. And yeah.
Hey, Max, how are you?
What's Boyd say? Matthew McConaughey, what?
He's got his own bourbon made by Wild Turkey right here in Kentucky. It's called Long Branch, and it's all right.
Oh, Boyd. Ooh, we should check that out. Oh. Is that Tina? What's she saying?
She said, yes, Tracy, forks on a plate. Yeah.
The worst thing ever.
Tom Selleck would be my celebrity pass, like now or 25 years ago.
Tom Selleck is still really handsome. I mean, okay.
Handsome.
Granted, the dude's older, but you know who mine would be?
Who?
I'm old school. I love Brad Pitt. I have always loved Brad Pitt.
Oh, yeah.
From years and years ago. I mean, the guy is a few years older than me. But anyway, love him. He was on Celebrity IOU on HGTV, and I was like, Randy was like, he looked at me and he looked at the TV and he was just like, and he walked away. I'm like, hey, what's your problem? I can't help it. I can't. He likes Charlize Theron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's pretty hot.
Yeah, but then he's like, well, I've seen her lately and she's just not as pretty as she used to be. I'm like, she's still as pretty. She's been in some effed up movies, but she still is pretty. Trust me. And he's like, yeah, she's still pretty. I'm like, okay, well, she can't come over.
She was even hot in Monster.
She was not. Eileen Wuornos. Oh my gosh. That woman, I tell you, she only got coffee on her last day of, I think before they executed her. All they gave her was coffee. She didn't want anything else. And I don't blame her. Who wants to eat before you die?
Yeah.
Come on. All right, so we got fear of paper. Let's see what else we got here. Fear of furniture. Guess who that is?
Fear of
Tom
furniture.
Cruise.
Tom Cruise. He is your go-to guy. No, it's actually Billy Bob Thornton. But let me explain. Fear of antique furniture.
Yeah, it's antique. I knew that. Forgot about it.
Yeah, and we all know why. Tracy, do you know why?
No.
Because spirits attach themselves a lot of times to antiques,
Oh.
including antique furniture. So
I'm going to follow that.
yes, and also, my friend who I am very, 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 very good friends with, she has a lot of antiques, and there's a special smell in her house. It's not bad. It's just that antique smell of furniture.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't know how to explain it because her house is beautiful, but you walk in and there's this vibe from this furniture. It's crazy, but it's cool. And she has a ton of beautiful antiques. I love it. I love it. I love all of that. But
I do too. Yeah, but I wouldn't even have put that together. But now that you say that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, he has a fear of furniture.
I remember him. He even mentioned it in one of his movies. I can't remember which movie it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he even said something like, I can't even be so much as in a room with an antique chair or something like that. I can't remember what movie it was, but he brought it up in one of his movies.
I'll have to look it up because I can't right now because I don't have my phone is right there. But but yeah, no, he has a problem with that. So fear of mirrors. Pamela Anderson.
She's the last person should be afraid of mirrors.
What? Ooh, Jerry. What? Did you see Jerry's face? Tracy didn't see that.
What do you do? He went.
Yeah.
See, the sad thing is, I was trying to raise both eyebrows, but since half of my face is paralyzed, only one works.
Half of your face is paralyzed.
Has been for.
I jacked him up.
What?
You said up. You used the wrong word. Anyways,
You're stupid.
no, I had Bell's palsy back when we first.
Okay.
and it did complete damage and never straightened up. So that's why if you notice, like when I'm talking, this side of my mouth opens up wider than the other side because this side is paralyzed. So I can only raise one eyebrow and I can only open my mouth so wide on this side.
But you don't notice it I never would have noticed it had you not said a word to me.
That's what I told him. I
never would have noticed that because you're very handsome.
Oh,
Of course.
You are. Yeah.
he is handsome.
He is handsome, Tracy. You did very well. You did
Raymond,
very well.
Raymond, Machete is my uncle.
Who's Machete?
Are you serious? I need to know if that's true.
Who's Machete?
Who is Machete?
You know, what's his name that we saw at the older guy? Just drawing a complete blank if you hadn't asked. That we saw at the Scarefest that was holding the babies and taking pictures.
Oh,
for free.
little bitty guy.
Yes.
Oh,
Torrance.
no, I'm not.
Danny
Toro. Danny something. Danny something.
Yeah, let's move on
And
to
let
something
me
else.
tell you, he was the nicest man. He was.
Now, who is this guy? Do I
He's
know
the-
him?
Yeah, you know him. I was trying to think of what he plays in.
Well, you know the movie Machete. There was like 3 of them, I think, and he's been in a bunch of cable commercials and stuff like that.
Okay.
He is
I'll have
such.
to look him up.
He's a little short too.
Danny Trejo. Is
Trejo.
I don't know what.
Danny
could be
Trejo.
Oh, I know
Danny
who that is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sweetheart.
gotcha. That's funny. He's your cousin? Is that what he said?
That's his uncle.
Uncle. Sorry. Wow. Which side, mom or dad?
I would say his. Dad. I'll say dad.
Yeah.
I don't even
I'll
know.
say dad. Never know. You never know.
Yeah, but
Oh
he's
my
a really
God.
nice. He's a really nice guy for real.
So, guess who has a fear of indoor plants?
No clue.
Martha
Somebody
Stewart.
kinda- That was actually a pretty good guess.
Sure, not Snoop.
No.
No, it's
Not
not Snoop. Oh, that's funny. Christina Ricci.
Oh,
What?
she
She
thinks
goes,
she,
she
Go ahead.
says if I have to touch one, she's already repulsed if she has to touch one. In fact, if there's a plant indoors, it freaks her out.
that's so weird.
I mean, what? Why
Maybe
would a
she
plant
watched that.
indoors?
What is
Freak
that
you
movie
out.
called? The horror movie, funny with the
That's what I was thinking. Maybe she's seen Little Shop of Horrors.
Little
Little
shop
Shop
of
of
horrors.
Horrors.
She
Yeah,
thinks she's
yeah.
gonna get eaten.
Feed me Seymour, feed me all night long. Yeah, no. I won't sing. I'm sorry.
Uh,
Just laughing. We won't keep going there.
Hi, Jessica.
So Jessica, oh, let's see. What's she saying? I can't see it.
It says, Raymond, I'll be your stamp, your step aunt anytime.
Oh, that's
She
sweet.
has her own podcast, right?
Yes, shoes, booze, and tattoos.
I thought you was going to keep going there, but yeah, you should check her out. She's awesome. Very, very, very cool chick.
Yeah, Christina Ricci was gorgeous as Lizzie Borden. I like that series. That was a very. They took a lot of liberties, but it was still very cool. And I can't remember the name of the actual series, but Christina Ricci played Lizzie Borden, and they played like modern music to it, but it was still very good. I thought it was really good. Very well done. I think it was on Stars. I think so. I'm not sure.
There's been so many Lizzie Borden shows in the last couple of years, it's hard to keep up with. But I remember she was in one of them. I think it was a Showtime deal.
Maybe it was
I
Showtime.
can't
Yeah.
remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got to see any of it.
And I say that, and it could have been Netflix. I don't even know. I just know that I saw it. So,
I
yeah.
think it's on Netflix now, though.
Could be.
See.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lizzie didn't do it. She 100% did do it. No, I don't believe Lizzie did it either. I think it was her half brother or her unknown brother was who the one who did it.
You mean the brother-in-law? Was it the brother-in-law? Her mom? No, who's her uncle? Her mom's brother?
No, the father actually had an illegitimate son. from prior
That makes
before.
sense. Yeah, yeah.
And he had supposedly came back to town, but there was a bunch of people saying that he had worked on a farm, and the guy was always talking about it. And
That was her. That was her mother who died's brother.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, I've got my facts screwed up. I thought that was the guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
he came back because he was mad. He spent the night upstairs next to the maid.
Right.
And they think they may have had something going on between them. And they think that both of them somehow killed the father because he was upset with the father because he was going bankrupt or whatever it was. And he didn't have an alibi when he was gone for like an hour and a half. He said he was at the doctor, and he lied about visiting the doctor.
I got my people mixed up, but there was an illegitimate son that they think
he did have an illegitimate son.
They had nothing to do with him and had all this money and all this, and
right.
They saw him walking around outside. There was a stranger walking around outside, and they think that may have been him. But that's who I think it was. Yeah, because she was pretty close with her dad. I mean, I know that they all had a rift. I mean, how well are you going to get along in a house that's like just a square box with 4 rooms and an attic where the maid slept, and then a few rooms downstairs, no AC, which they didn't have. They did have electricity, but of course they didn't have AC back then. But he was even gas lanterns they didn't have, and that was going out of style by then. He didn't even have that. There's no inside plumbing, nothing. And the guy had a ton of money. He was just so frugal. And then he ended up giving, I think, his wife, Abby's sister, a house. And the girls went crazy and said, we want a house. And so he gave them a house in a crappy part of town. And they sold it back to him for like $1. And then after he passed away, they bought a really nice house up on the hill. Karina says, I have Lizzie Borden tattooed on me. That's whack.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's cool. I like that. Like a picture of Lizzie Borden or what? Or is it just their name?
I bet it's a picture for sure.
Yeah, you have to send us a picture.
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Boyd said the first time he saw Lizzie Borden, Bewitched played her. I remember that movie. It's the first time I'd ever
too. And they portrayed it to where she did it, and she went downstairs and showered off, took the blue dress off.
She did it, committed the crime naked, and went and showered off.
That's right. She wasn't dressed. That's right, because they were like, "There's no blood. There's no way she could have not been bloodied over this." But you're right. I don't think she did it. I just don't think she did. What's everybody else saying?
They're saying you should get on a computer so you can read these comments.
Sorry. I'll read them later, I promise.
Everything that kind of applies, I'm throwing up on the screen. But I know you're having a hard time seeing that too. That comes with age. So do you have any phobias?
Do I have phobias?
Yes. What are some more phobias you got to have?
Besides June bugs, any other phobias? Okay. It's not a phobia, but I'm a little OCD about my house. Does that count? People walk in and they're like, does your house always look like this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, it's always clean. I'm like, yeah. There's something wrong with me. There really is. It's a control thing. I have a control thing about it. I don't know what it is. I have 2 dogs, 2 kids, a husband. We have 1,000 freaking cars because my husband likes trucks and we have 1,000 of them everywhere. Okay. So it's how I stay control. It's how I keep my mind because, I have to tame this amazing mind of mine. So that's how I do it. And if you believe that, no.
Kayla says she's got a phobia of cellophane.
Cellophane. Well, I can understand that. You wrap it around your head, can't breathe.
That's true.
That stuff sticks to your face.
It does.
Yes.
And then it don't stick to what you want it to stick to, like a bowl.
Oh, I know. No, it doesn't. That's why I get that press and seal stuff. That's like the best stuff. That's what I get. I don't even mess with it. I don't even try.
Yeah.
So, Leslie, do you have any other phobias to cover from your celebrities, or did we cover them all?
We covered them all because they were all just the weird stuff. Come on. That's some weird stuff. Fear of paper? What? Really?
How do you get through life being fear of paper?
I know. How did she get through school? Teacher, I need this laminated. Hello? Seriously? Yeah, and they were probably like, uh-huh. And then, well, when she started, growing into herself, they're probably like, what else do you want, lady?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
You saw how she looked when she was in Transformers the first time.
Yeah.
Dang. She's married to Brian Austin Green, I guess, now. So, whatever. I know. Look at him. He's like, I just don't understand it. She could have me. Jerry.
Jessica said spiders are her only phobia.
Who is
You're-
that? Oh,
Jessica.
Jessica. Yeah.
You're a witch. Aren't you supposed to be using spiders for like spells and stuff?
I don't know if that pertains. I guess it would. Hair pertains to that kind of stuff. Candles, hair, tar water, salt. Some of that's just ghost stuff and cleansing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mandy mentioned Elizabeth Bathory. I have a Hungarian heritage and have known about Elizabeth for a long time. I've actually got her set up to do a show on. I've had all the research done on it forever, and it's just sitting on my desk. So probably in the next month or 2 months, I'll end up doing a show on her. We were going to put it out before, but somebody else did one right at the same time. That was one of our shows that a lot of other people listened to. So I just kind of held off on it. Matter of fact, I think it might have been Jessica. So Jess, was that you?
And that's my friend Mandy. I love her. Hey, Elizabeth Bathory, is she the one that killed all the girls?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. See? And she took their blood and put them all over her?
Yes.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
So Leslie, why don't you tell everybody how they can keep up with you and get your books and all that sort of thing?
Okay, so all my books, as Jerry has said, are on Amazon.com. Just look up my name, Leslie Fear, because no one else has that name. And
True.
honestly, it is my real last name. I promise. You can't decide what your last name is going to be when you get married if you're gonna use it. And like I said, if any of you guys want a chance to get a free book, just and you're in the United States, say something. Tell me where you're from. I'll do a random check after we're done here, and I'll pick 2 names, and we'll announce it later. And I will send you some books out probably early next week.
Sounds awesome.
I know. You know what? You'll get some good books. Oh, and they come with their own bookmarks.
Hey.
Nice.
Hey, I know. Well, I aim to please.
I have a fear of bookmarks.
Well, I'm sorry.
He don't even read. He don't read no books.
Well, he has to read something, or he wouldn't have any things coming. He wouldn't have any episodes. So yeah, but yeah.
Like he folds the corner.
Yeah. Why do I own this?
You dog tail them. You
That's
monster.
Yes,
He
I do
does.
dog tail.
Oh, well, Jerry or Tracy, Jerry and you have 3 of my books. If you ever decide you want to read them. Just so
I
you know.
definitely have gone to. I think Kristen's right in the middle of reading one of them right now.
Yay.
Yeah.
We use your books all the time. Tracy's sitting on 2 of them right now to set up tall enough for the camera to see her.
Hey, however you need to use them for your benefit, I'm all about it, honey.
Oh, true. That's
I'm
not true.
telling you. That's
Jessica's-
fine. No, I know.
Jessica said, wait, what did I do? I missed that part. Didn't you do a story on Elizabeth Bathory here probably 6, 8, 9 months ago?
Who's that?
I was talking to Jessica.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about
Did
that.
she have her own podcast?
Yeah, shoes, blues, and tattoos.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. Okay. I thought she had her own shop. She has her own her own podcast. Very nice.
Well, guys, I guess that's going to wrap it up for the night. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we're going to call it a night. Go ahead.
And you guys, you know what I'm going to say. Wait for
Nope.
it. Wait for it. I'm going to see myself out.